Hey guys, Meebo or Mdazzle here, and it's my birthday today when you're watching this. I'm making this a week prior to my birthday because I'm going away on holidays, which my family and I normally do on March break. Since in Canada it's still cold during March break, we always go to a warm place during that time. Specifically this place called Hilton Head Island, which is in South Carolina. It's not too hot during March break, but it's still warm enough. It's not hot enough to go in the ocean, but it's still hot enough to swim in the pool, which is okay because I don't like the ocean at all. I've always been afraid of deep dark waters. I think it's because I have a fear of drowning, and I don't know why I have a fear of that because I'm a great swimmer. I've actually treaded water for 25 minutes before, and I know a lot of people have treaded water for longer, but I'm no Olympian. But that's a personal best for me, and I'm proud of that. I think when I first discovered my fear of deep dark waters was when I was in camp. We get to choose 2 activities, and my afternoon activity would always be swimming. Until we had to swim to an island. Even though I was the only one wearing a life jacket, I still started to breathe very heavily and I would freak out. But they didn't do anything about it. Thankfully, it wasn't a very long swim, but it felt like forever. I didn't really pay too much attention to this until I did another swimming competition to an island. Great job, Mo! It's not exactly a competition that you sign up for and you get a professional trophy. It's kind of a family thing. You see, my uncle has this camp down in Temagami that we made. It's a family camp. We call it a camp because there's no Wi-Fi or electricity there. It's cool. I really like going there. I guess it's not really a competition, but if you get to the island, you get your name put on a trophy, which is good enough for me, and I wanted my name on that trophy. But my dad made me get in the canoe just as I was about to get to the island. I can understand why, because my dad is kind of afraid of water as well. I don't think he's ever been a strong swimmer. But this was a kilometer swim, and I really wanted to do it. When I got into the water, I was fine. It was only until I couldn't see the bottom of the lake that I started to freak out. And it was only a few meters away from the dock. Thankfully, my mom was swimming beside me, and she helped me put on a life jacket and helped me calm down. I was good for the rest of the way until my dad wanted me to get in the canoe. Then I started to freak out a little bit again, because I was afraid I was going to capsize the canoe, and the way then we would both be in the water. All fears and stories aside, I just never really liked the ocean in general. I find it cool at times, but there's so many things in the ocean that I don't know are there, and it's just a bit scary. Not to mention the constant salt water in your eyes. Although, I do remember what made me never want to step into the ocean again. A jellyfish. Yup, a jellyfish was the thing that helped me decide to never go in the ocean again. I got stung and it was huge. It was right on my ankle and it hurt like heck. I got out of the ocean that day and never went in since. Time to think of it, that was 3 years ago. Wow, I haven't been in the ocean for 3 years. Well, not going in there anytime soon. Just because I don't like the ocean doesn't mean I don't like the pool. In fact, I really love swimming. I used to take lessons outside of school and I learned how to save someone's life, which I thought was pretty cool. I learned how to save someone who was drowning, bring them outside of the water when they were unconscious, etc. I also learned how to take care of someone with first aid. It was pretty cool at the time, but I think I forgot most of it. I think the main reason I quit was because I was never, ever comfortable in a bathing suit, whether I was in shape or not. I don't know, something about being in a class full of strangers you don't know while you're all in bathing suits, some of them being half naked, was pretty uncomfortable for me. Especially because sometimes you'd have to get behind them and push into their stomach as if they were choking. A lot of the stuff I said so far was pretty negative, and vacation is not about negativity. It's not supposed to be, in my eyes at least. So one of my favorite things about March break, I have a lot of great memories from going to Hilton Head. Whether it's in the summer or in March break, it's always a good time. One of my favorite things about the place is the scenery. It's very tropical looking because of all the palm trees and plants there. I get to take a lot of pictures, which is one of my favorite things to do while on vacation. Since we've been going there ever since I was little, I've pretty much memorized the bike routes that we like to take. I think my favorite one is when we pass this big lake, or is it 2 smaller lakes? I'm not really sure because there's a path in between it that leads to the other side. The reason I love passing this so much is because there's a lot of snapping turtles there, and even cooler, there's a lot of alligators there. I've never seen an alligator in Canada in the wild before, so it's pretty cool to see them just lounging around in the water. And even sometimes they're sunbathing and they're really close to you, which is pretty cool and intimidating, but mostly cool. I swear, this time in March break, I'm just going to sit outside forever and just draw. It's going to be amazing. I plan on practicing some still life pictures. Since I love the scenery so much, it should give me some motivation to try it. Of course, I've done it before, but I could definitely use some practice. Not only that, but I can't wait to swim, bike, and walk around in general. The place where we're staying is called Brigantine, and it has a big tennis court in the front of it, I think, so hopefully I can play some tennis. The thing is, I've never been one to like exercise or walking around or being outside, so being in this place just kind of makes me a different person. Well, actually, I take the being outside one back. I do love going outside and hanging out with friends during the summer, but not winter. One thing I wish would go away is the mosquitoes. Hilton Head Island is really pretty during the nighttime, and I wish I could stay out there for longer without being eaten alive. Sometime in the future, I wish I could go to a place that has a nice beach, and I could just sit outside during the nighttime with my friends or someone, or just maybe even by myself and just look out onto the water for a long time. I know it sounds weird, but I've always wanted to go outside during the nighttime. It's just so much calmer. I don't know what it is, but it's just so peaceful to me. I've even caught myself staring outside of my own window, wishing I could go outside. Although my window doesn't have the best of views. I remember my mom and sister were out on a vacation one time, and my sister's door was always open, and her view has the perfect view of my pool and backyard and just enough of the street. And I went to the bathroom one night, came back, and I looked out of the window, and I caught myself staring outside of that window for almost an hour. I'm not sure. I think that's why I really like late night events, like Lumina Borealis, which will be in my Ottawa vlog, which is still in process, and even Lara's birthday party. We were inside for such a long time, and when it was about 9 o'clock at night, it was really dark outside, so we just went out and sat on the street. It was so cool. I ran so fast, because I had so much energy, and it was so cool outside that I wouldn't get hot, so I just ran. It was amazing. I loved it. Something about it just made me feel alive. That and the fact that I was kind of laying on the street, because the streets weren't busy, so it was safe. This video is all over the place. Anyways, I've accomplished a lot of things while I was 14, especially on YouTube. I reached my goal of 10,000, which was amazing for me, and now I'm at 14,000. Speaking of which, the Q&A video should be out soon. I hope. I'm not sure. I really have no idea. The list goes on and on, but to sum it up, I had a good year, and I'm excited to figure out what happens in the next story. Woo! Apparently I was actually born at 9:30 p.m., so on this day, Canadian time at 9:30, I will officially be 15. Thanks for all your birthday wishes. Stay safe. Love you guys. Bye, my lights. See you in the next video.